My message today is simple. You can make money if you bring a new idea into the market that helps combat climate change, that helps the animals, that helps the Amazon, that helps the community around you, that helps solve a health issue, an education issue, a gender issue, a discrimination issue, a trans issue. There are so many issues that we can solve, and there's a market for that. You can make changing the world your full-time job. And that's what I'm here to teach you today. And you might be wondering how. There are different ways. You don't only have to be an NGO or an activist fighting day by day to get donations and get support to help you. You can actually start your own company that solves a problem for profit and do it in a responsible way that helps. You can bring innovative solutions into the market. You can solve problems in a different way and sell that technology and sell those ideas for a lot of money and make the world a better place. Now that sounds really hard, but it's not. You can either start very, very small and have something that you do as a hobby in many different sectors, from sustainable fashion to health and wellness to education. I wrote some things down. You can also do sustainable tourism, which is one I'm super passionate about, because you eliminate a very aggressive traditional travel and tourist model, although tourism is not going on right now, but sustainable tourism is something I'm completely in love with. So you can start very small, or making soaps in a different way, or just little things. I think all business ideas can be made mission driven, but you can start very small up to ginormous. Some of the biggest unicorns at the moment are mission driven companies. So for example, you have Tesla, which is worth 480 billion, which is basically destroying the traditional diesel and gasoline car business, which is horrible for the environment. There's also Patagonia, which has made a significant impact on the environment, not only with making products with a different philosophy, but also giving so many resources to activism, to fighting for different causes that matter to them. For example, the Dakota pipeline, I think, was one of them, and really lobbying around a sustainable future. Yves Chouinard, which created Patagonia, I don't know if I said his name right, but he's one of my biggest inspirations because he has completely infused his mission into the entire business. So great example. I also have Impossible Foods, which I heard the founder's story on how I built this by Guy Raz, and he set out to solve the biggest problem that he could solve, which was climate change. And one of the biggest factors that influences climate change is agriculture, how we eat. So we know, or maybe we don't know, but eating meat is one of the most contaminating things that you can do in terms of CO2 emissions. So he set out to solve that problem, and he didn't know anything about food or anything about how to make food substitutes, but he created the Impossible Burger, which looks and tastes exactly like meat. I haven't tasted it, so I don't know, don't quote me, but it's the most similar alternative to meat. And the Impossible Foods is worth $4 billion. So he made a huge company out of solving that problem. I also have a few others like Warby Parker, because this whole channel started because I watched Neil Blumenthal, I think is his name, one of the founders of Warby Parker. I watched his class in Skillshare, and he talked about mission-driven companies. And he talked about how from the start, they decided to make Warby Parker a company that gave back to the community in many different aspects, from promoting independent libraries and independent publishers to donating, to working with NGOs to donate glasses to people that need them, because as we know, glasses are very expensive. I have a lot other examples of companies that have made the world a better place. And after all my iterations, I realized that the only thing that felt right to me to start a business was to help as many mission-driven businesses succeed and help in a meaningful, impactful way. So that's what I'm doing. That's my channel. Welcome to my channel. I also wrote that consumers want this change. The market is ready for these innovations. I was watching this Bill Gates documentary on Netflix, and for the later part of his life, I know he's a very controversial figure, but for the later part of his life, when he could have been at home sleeping or enjoying his wealth, he decided to solve the biggest problems in the world. Anything from eradicating polio to clean water to better toilets to new ways to obtain energy that are more sustainable. And he says that the only thing that we need to get to a better, more sustainable future with lower temperatures than what are expected are innovations. So let's get out there and do those innovations. I am so passionate about this, guys, because I know there's so much room for improvement and the market needs this, and consumers want to spend in things that are new and exciting and help the planet and have a mission. I'm just so excited about this that I just had to leave all my other projects behind that I was building because I knew I wasn't hitting the nail. And I think this is a nail. Basically, all this rambling to tell you that I decided to start this channel and a business around it eventually that helps mission-driven entrepreneurs like myself with the ideation stage. So basically, you need an idea, you don't know which idea you want out of your billion ideas, or you know who you want to help, but you don't know what problem to solve. So from that to prototyping and having a minimal viable product and going through that cycling of just testing, then putting it out into the market, having all the businessy stuff that you need to have behind the scenes. So finance, who you're gonna hire, how you're gonna fund your project, all that jazz, then growing, and then my favorite part, communicating your beautiful business out into the world. So what you're gonna do for marketing, what are you gonna do for PR, which is something very much misunderstood, how to tell your story in a meaningful way, and obviously how to help the target that you want with the least side effects possible, because sometimes you mean to do good, but then you end up causing problems somewhere else or just causing dependency, which is not what you want either. So that's my story in a very rambly way. I'll make another video about who I am rambling here, and I hope you join me in this journey. Thank you so much for being here. You're gonna become rich by helping other people. I know it, and I'm gonna help you. We're gonna do this together, my friend, and it was so good to see you. Bye, guys.